Yes, sir. All right, we're doing a test stream here. We're going to start the new podcast pretty soon. Count on it. And I'm testing out some of the audio equipment. One thing I already found out is I need to get stereo headphones because these ones just don't cut it. They cut out on my end all the time. Open up in the chat says the sound for the music was choppy. We're gonna have to figure out why that is. On my end, it was not, but that is good to know. And I'm just trying out a whole bunch of things here to see how it works. Uh, the mic sounds good. That's good. Yeah. Again, that's two more futures to add to the record book for the week. Florida, we had pre-tournament, and that's now 6 out of the last 7 Masters. The run started with Tiger Woods. Back, it's crazy how much time's gone by. Sam Tripoli, he covered it that year that we smashed the Tiger Woods Masters. And he helped spread this work to a lot of people. I think Sam Tripoli's been knocked out of the game too with the algorithm. It's too bad. The mic sounds all right, you guys? I'm gonna have to get some different headphones though, because it doesn't sound right in my headphones. But the audio quality is supposed to be good on the mic. The music was chopped up. That's disappointing. I'm gonna figure out why that is. That is disappointing. I'll go back and listen to what the recording sounded like, but it must be if you guys are saying that. Okay. Okay. I would like people to hop on the stream too, because I want to make sure that this works through StreamYard. If it doesn't, I'm going to go back to OBS. We're going to try a couple things in this stream. I'm supposed to be able to take phone calls through a number, and I want to see if it works through StreamYard as well. But yeah, if you guys are getting here, I felt like this is one of the easier Masters riddles of all time. I felt like the March Madness riddle was pretty easy too with Florida on 4-7 in the golden era. But again, if you're new here, this is what we use every year to take advantage of the rigged system. Sports, market, crypto, news, elections. The game is rigged. Look at Grand Slam, you guys. Rory completed the career Grand Slam. 17 years in the making. And again, the two most important ciphers on the 4 on the screen are the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with numerology. You can see that Grand Slam, when you just run the alphabetic order, it's 89. This was the 89th Masters. Rory was born in 1989, and he's 35 years old. So what an age and what a tournament to complete the career Grand Slam. One prediction that was a hair off was that the winning score would be 11 under par. And of course, it did go to a playoff with the two guys tied at 11 under. And I had a feeling he was going to miss that short putt to send it to the playoff. Tied at 11 under in the Masters. And if you were watching the tournament, as soon as it went to the playoff, they put up the stat that since 1979, this is the 11th playoff. And it's like, look how they contrive the stat just so they can throw another 11 right at you. Again, 11 is the master number. We talk about the same thing year after year, the master numbers in the Masters. And Rory also got his 29th PGA win tonight. 29 is the first number with numerology of 11. The next would be 38, then 47, then 56. And by the way, that stat they threw up there, 79 was 46 years ago. But if you include 79, that means that this was the 11th playoff in the last 47 tournaments. 47 also breaks down to 11. But yeah, Rory got his 29th win tonight and his first major win in 11 years, just like Tiger did back when he won it in 2019. The master number is 11 and 22. 11's the master number. 22's the master builder. Tiger, when he won it in 2019, first major in 11 years. He'd won his first Masters 22 years earlier. And anyhow, dropping the link for the show again. I'm going to need some participants. You guys want to come on and tell your story of how you've done with the knowledge, how you've done in recent years with the Masters, how you did with the Masters and March Madness. Trying to get some participation so I can test out if this is going to go off without a hitch, the guest's audio, or if I'm going to have to troubleshoot something. Somebody says they waited to get Rory at plus 1,400. Yeah, he was back 7 strokes on day one. A lot of books didn't change his odds that much, though, when he was back 7 strokes, which was also another sign that he was probably coming back to win the rig thing as he did. They put up the stat too that Justin Rose lost 8 years ago in a 1-round playoff to Sergio Garcia. And again, Sergio Garcia won it on Seve Ballesteros' birthday. They're both Spaniards. Seve Ballesteros had died. That was the first Masters on his birthday since he died. John Rahm, also a Spaniard, won 2 years ago, winning his 11th tournament in the PGA on Seve Ballesteros' birthday. We were all over that one. That was another easy one. 89 was, yeah, because it's a 12-year cycle. So, yeah, 36 years ago. Yeah, it would have been Year of the Snake. That makes sense. Thank you, Run Your Pockets. We've had 5 people tip so far for the Masters. Shout out to all 5 of those people. Big Al, the big tipper. Big Al had a nice day, made over $1,000. Shout out to Big Al. Who's going to win the NBA championship? Again, if you guys want the intel before the games, join us on Patreon. That's for 5 years. I did everything for free, guys. I don't charge much for this work. You could have got the Masters winner for $5. And you know what? This is the first ever year that 0 people signed up for the Masters pick. And that's hard to believe because you're listening to the guy who hit 5 of the last 6 and now 6 of the last 7. That's thanks to YouTube, though. YouTube has destroyed my channels. Gematria Effect Sports is a dead channel, gets no new views. And pretty much nobody gets a notification when a video goes up on there. But yeah, nobody signed up this year for the Masters, and that's too bad for the world. A lot of people could have patted their pockets off the rig tournament. But for all the veterans who've been around and on the Patreon, they won. So, I saw YouTube, something came up in my feed from YouTube, like the actual YouTube people talking about how they're trying to promote content creators who give people beneficial knowledge. And I thought, wow, why am I buried in the algorithm? I think we probably give out the most beneficial knowledge on the whole platform. I mean, what else shows you how to take advantage of rig news, rig politics, rig sports, rig market, rig crypto? People on YouTube are lying. They're destroying the most helpful teaching on the whole platform. I see your update with the Kyron Lacey. Yeah, I should have looked more into it. I had to do a quick decode this morning. There was a lot to get done. But yeah, so often when these players die, it is connected to the coach. Yeah, R.I.P. Kyron Lacey. We were down at LSU, and what year did I go down there? It was the year of the Joe Burrow thing. Was that 2020? Man, time flies. Yeah, we talked to some of the LSU players in person about the ritual sacrifice of players and other people connected to the city for Joe Burrow winning that championship. Tyshawn Dye of Clemson died in that offseason. LSU over Clemson. Joe Burrow recreating history that Billy Cannon did. Billy Cannon died as Joe Burrow transferred from Ohio State to LSU. It's just clockwork. Not to mention Billy Cannon died on Cannonball Day. All right, so far we don't have any takers on joining the stream. I need somebody to step up to the plate and join the stream so that I can test out if this is going to work or not. For the person who's asking about the NBA futures, I'll tell you what, based on what happened today, the preseason picks are looking damn good. I'll tell you that much. And that's another thing we ace constantly is the NBA finals. Hit a lot of those preseason. It depends on where you live, Tariq. It depends on where you live. So there's different rules in every state. DraftKings is a common one, though. All right, we got to open up in the building. Let me see if let me know if you guys can hear open up. Let me make sure the audio settings are correct on here. All right. Well, what's up, open up?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
I hear you all right. Chat, can you let me know if you hear open up all right? Go ahead, open up.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say appreciate your work. I mean, we didn't spend too much time going through the Masters this year. I think you had it pretty easily before the tournament started. Um, you had Rory before it began, and like you mentioned earlier, people were able to take him at plus 1400 for even more value when he went down. I think I had him on two different slips for plus 600 and plus 650, so I just left it at that. But yeah, I've never watched any golf before in my life. I didn't watch the Masters either, but the numbers stayed true to the pattern that we've seen over the years, and just another easy win before the Masters began. And this goes for those the critics always asking for predictions. All the predictions are in the Patreon, which is cheap. Um, I think it's at $11 still now for the.
Well, it's $5 for the written content. You could have got the Rory pick for $5, but if you want to be on
Yep.
the live streaming tier, it's 11. So
Yep. So $11 to get sports information for games that are held every day, all before every game happens. So I guess you could say they're all predictions. So I mean, I don't know what else to say for the critics, right?
Again, there is no real criticism of this work. There's just ignorant people and haters, and sadly, there's a lot of them. But hey, you guys have a chance to call in tonight too. I know screen recorders out there right now, and yeah, what say you? 6 of the last 7 Masters. Are you not impressed? How come you even put that out on your channel?
Yeah, and then another thing where people ask for free predictions. I mean, this is. I mean, I'm sure this is not your only form of income, but it is work for you. This is what you do to make some income. So for people asking for free predictions, how would you feel if you went to work and you didn't get paid? Just going for free, right? Sounds fair.
Well, and again, what I'll always say is, and occasionally we do throw out free information,
Mhm.
and a lot of people are paying attention to what I said about Houston. The night George Foreman died, I explained why that should, guarantee they're in the Final Four. Um, but yeah, I was here for 5 years and did everything for free and helped a lot of people win a lot at sports. And
Mhm.
again, I put out enough charity work for a lifetime. So, and honestly, charging $5, like I said, I mean, if somebody had hit 5 of the last 6 Masters, they'd probably be charging hundreds of dollars for their pick. You could have got mine still for $5. That's right next to free. So,
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Like you said, $5 a month. If you don't like it after a month, you could easily leave. So I don't see what the problem is there. If you can't afford $5, you probably shouldn't be there at all, right? But that's all I really had for you, Zach. Appreciate you. The mic sounds great, high quality. Just the music at the beginning was like kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
I got to figure out why that is. That's why I'm doing all this to see how things sound. Um, what about when I do this sound effect right now? Does it sound choppy on your end?
I think so. It was kind of short, so I don't know if it chopped or not.
Okay, I got to figure out what's up with that. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Zach. Take
All right,
care.
have a good night.
You too.
All right, what's up, Jared?
Hey, how's it going? This isn't about the Masters, but I happened to be at my brother's yesterday, and I don't know if anybody they were all watching the UFC fight. I don't know if anybody caught that or not. So I had noticed that every fighter was thanking Jesus, and everything was about Jesus and Jesus this, Jesus that. And I was like, and what's funny is that on the Jewish calendar, sundown yesterday was nice and 14, the day they killed Jesus, supposedly. And they were going on and on about Jesus. And Donald Trump was in the front row. And then the whole time at the bottom corner of the screen, they had the word sinners. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else caught that. I just happened to catch it because I was at my brother's, and I just thought it was funny. It's like, what a day.
Yeah, what a day indeed. Yeah,
But I don't know.
Society of Jesus. Society of Jesus. And for all the people out there, you should ask, why are all the biggest frauds of the world seemingly so invested in this Jesus character?
And I thought it was quaint that it was, the perfect day for it, and then you had Joe Rogan there looking like he was all coked out on that Miami freaking shit. I don't even know. But I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I got to get ready to go to work, but
All right, Jared. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for
all
dropping
right,
in.
have a good one. Yep.
All right,
Later.
take care. What's up, the Phillies Ace?
Hey, what's up, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
Amazing work like always, man.
Thank you.
You show. It's like somebody that doesn't want to. People that don't want to realize what you put out there. It's like they're keeping their hands on the flames and don't know when to move it. You're telling them appropriate information to better their lives about how with politics, sports, and everything to better our lives, and they just continue to want to leave their hands over the fire. That's on them, man. But I always appreciate you, man. I'm trying to learn myself because to be able to do this myself because I'm still learning. But I appreciate everything you do for us. And I'm glad that you still do this work, even though you charge the minimum that you do. I think you deserve more. Other people take advantage of everything that you put out there and they go crazy and charge whatever they want, which I feel is unfair in my opinion, but they can charge whatever they want. But you're the pioneer of this thing, man. They try to help us. And and you still keep yourself level-headed with the community. You try to help us as much as you can by showing this stuff. Because this stuff is more than just sports. It's about people being sacrificed and everything like that. And I wish people would wake up and understand this stuff. When there's a championship, somebody's paying for it. Like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we had a plane crash. And people are not even paying attention to that. They're just like, oh, they don't want to pay attention to this other stuff that you're bringing besides the rigging of sports and everything else, man. But I appreciate you always, Zach. Seriously.
Well, you're very welcome. Did you get a nice hit on the tournament?
No, I didn't play the golf tournament. I should have, but yeah, I'm to be honest, Zach, I'm trying to learn, take everything that you teach, to try to learn on my own. I mean, because it's stuff that I appreciate, so I'm trying to get better at myself. And yeah, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't play no golf, even though you had everything, like always, man. It's nothing new, Zach. This is nothing new for you.
There's always next year, man. There's always next year. So next year
Right,
we'll be 8.
right. But I salute you, Zach. Much appreciated. I hope you and your family are doing well. Your newborn and everything like that, man. How's it feel being a father, man? I just want to ask you that. How's it feel?
It's good, minus the lack of sleep. Last night was extra rough. I think we didn't sleep for more than 30 minutes at a time last night, but it's still good.
That's good, man. Yeah. But as always, Zach, we all appreciate you, man. Keep putting the knowledge out. We always have your back, so you don't have no worries, my friend.
All right. Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
All right. You have a good one. All right. We got RMCLS, and then we got Carrick Moses up. RMCLS, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Zach? How's everything?
Things are good. Thank you.
You hear me good?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Dude, great call on Rory McIlroy. I actually had him as well. I did post in the comment section about how also it tied into Chinese astrology with the year of the snake. I thought that was pretty interesting. This guy Ludwig, though, he's coming up. This guy's 25 years old. He could definitely win it again. Win the Masters pretty soon too. I'm thinking by 2027 easily. Based off Chinese astrology, of course, not going really into the numbers.
I know the one guy who does the Chinese astrology thing is wrong with his sports picks year after year, but there could be something to it.
There definitely, I know what you're talking about. There definitely is something to it. I mean, it happened this year with the Super Bowl. It's just interesting. We're in the year of the snake, and there's all these plane crashes and stuff. So I actually wanted to talk to you about the NBA.
The Chinese guy had the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year like they did 12 years ago.
Oh, we're not talking about the same person then. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about
I don't know how it could have been the same thing then either, because
there's somebody else that I watch who does a lot of Chinese astrology, and they had the Eagles winning it all. But
12 years ago, or 24 years ago, or 36 years ago.
It's just interesting how it's I don't use it mainly. I just find it like there's always connections with gematria and numerology. That's my biggest thing. But if there's also a connection in Chinese astrology, that's like a trifecta pick. You know what I mean? Especially with Rory McIlroy this year. So it banged out perfectly, and I appreciate your insight as well. But with this year being about the plane crashes, the last person just talked about that. I have a interesting theory on the NBA playoffs. I don't know if you looked into it too much yet, but the LeBron's record in the playoffs, I know that 201 is the order of Illuminati. LeBron is 18 wins away from having 201, and he's playing the Timberwolves in the first round.
You got to win 16 games to win the finals.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So does he lose in 6 this year? And do the Timberwolves actually make the finals or the Western Conference Finals this year? Based on the rituals that have been happening in Minnesota, we had recently the guy from the U.S. Bank, I think he was an executive, crashed his plane in Minnesota, flight 4819 that went upside down, took off from Minnesota. There's been a lot of weird things that's been happening in Minnesota lately. And I know that the Timberwolves had an insane comeback this year against the Thunder, who are the favorites, obviously, out of the West. Still, do the Timberwolves actually just become like a sleeper pick to make it to the conference finals, maybe even to the finals this year to play against the Celtics? I know there's the Kevin Garnett connection if the Celtics make it, to the finals and stuff like that, the Kevin McHale as well. So it's just very interesting to me. It just randomly hit me that this could be a year where we see something like that. People are very favored on the Lakers right now. The whole Lakers in 5, that Shannon Sharp, Lakers in 5 doesn't matter. It's definitely interesting to me.
Again, you should think about signing up for the Patreon. We've been talking a lot about the NBA Finals. Preseason futures are looking really good right now, and yeah, there's probably something you're overlooking right now with LeBron and the Lakers based on the way.
I know his name equals 79. He can make it to his finals in the 79th season. I'm definitely aware of that. But at the same time, if we go back into history, we look at the time that Powell, obviously the Lakers did make it to the finals in 08 when they got Powell for the first time, but they didn't win it until the next season. If LeBron wins next year, he'd be 41, just like how Kobe passed away at 41. So it's definitely an interesting. It could go both ways, obviously, but there's that whole 201. If he finishes with 201 wins in his career in the playoffs, that's definitely something that is, it's very. I know it's order of Illuminati. It's just that cipher, but it's definitely something that would be interesting. But the Timberwolves are definitely a sleeper pick. I think. They had the injuries and stuff with Julius Randle. I've been saying that the Timberwolves won that trade. I don't think the Knicks have it this year. They can't even beat a top seed in the East or the West. So I've been saying that the Wolves won that trade for a while.
All right. Well, like I said, I'd think about signing up for the Patreon because
I'm in the Patreon. I kind of got in a little late. I kind of got in probably, I want to say maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
Okay. We talked about it today on today's stream, but
I got in late. I was talking to my girl. I said, let me see if if Zach's doing anything. So I got in. But yeah, it's definitely something I'll look into more than.
All right, man. Take care.
You too, man. Take care.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't think he was on the Patreon because if you're asking me those questions, like, well, you're not paying attention to any streams. Like, yes, we didn't just talk about it today. We've been talking about things all season. Again, I don't charge a whole lot for the Patreon. It's well worth it. It breaks down to pennies a day. So could have easily paid for years of Patreon with another Masters this year. 2 big futures in a week. Chalk it up. I dropped the link for anyone who wants to join. I want to test out one other thing on this stream. And if somebody wants to call into the 509 number, I want to see if this works as it's supposed to. I'm glad the StreamYard audio for the guests work. But if anybody wants to call into the number on the screen, I want to do one more little test. Again, I'd like to get the new podcast going this week, but I want to make sure I have everything working properly. So one thing to troubleshoot is why was the music choppy to start the stream? All right, we got a call here. Let's see what happens. All right, go ahead, 559. 559. If you can hear me, I can't hear you, and it's probably not your fault. I think it's something I got to troubleshoot as well. 559, can you hear me? Yeah, I think that's something I got to fix too. 559, I just put you on speaker. Can you hear me now? Oh, you were probably talking before, but I couldn't hear you. Okay. Well, hey, since you called in, is there anything you want to share in the stream?
Yeah, I wanna ask you something. Last time I called, I asked you about because I told you I was kind of new to the whole gematria and everything, and I'd asked you about if you believe there was an actual hit team. You said immediately, yeah. But something else I would like to know. These people that get killed that are in music, and the people that get killed that these are big time people, but I mean like the lower level people. You were talking about a model the other day that was on America's Top Model, Next Top Model. So even the low level people that are not very known, they do rituals and make it around these people as well.
These people sacrifice all kinds of people all the time. She was on TV. You're on TV. You put yourself in the lottery pool for, or what do they call it, death pool. Pretty much anyone who's ever been in entertainment enters the death pool.
You know what's crazy? I'm from Los Angeles, man, and growing up, a lot of people out there that grew up out there want to actually try their hand in the entertainment industry in some sort of way. I've always kind of thought about that. You know what I mean? I think I'm a pretty good looking guy, but it's just something to try, you know. But I was thinking, what if I like? So anybody that enters into it, let's say you do a fucking commercial or something, or you have a little spot on some show, but nobody will ever remember you. Once you make that action and they put you on screen, now it's open game on you. You can very well fall into some numbers game.
So it seems, yeah. I mean, we're talking about people all the time ritualistically killed, just like the model you just brought up from the other day, the 27-year-old model from Australia's Next Top Model. Yeah, most people don't know who she is, but now she's out of here at age 27, and there's a gazillion stories like that. Yeah, that's why we say show business is deadly business, and yeah, young and old. Murder by numbers all the time. I mean, you think about it, the recording industry's made multiple songs about the subject, from Murder by Numbers to Gematria, the Killing Name, a movie about it. Amazon remade the Agatha Christie novel into a show, the ABC Murders. I mean, it's obviously a thing.
Right. Another thing that always intrigued me growing up in rap music and everything, man, hip hop, Jay-Z. When I was a little kid, I didn't pay too much to that whole, when he called himself Ho.
Who died on his 38th birthday?
Who died on Jay-Z's 38th birthday?
Yeah.
Who?
Think about it. He was one of the first rappers to really come out. He did a song with Jay-Z. Did a big song with Jay-Z. His other part, he was part of here, I'll give you clues. He was part of a duo, a hip-hop duo. The other half lives on. There you go.
Yeah, and Pimp C had some videos exposing some stuff, talking about Jay-Z. But what I wanted to ask you about that is, okay, kids in the game, you're in the hood, you want to get into the rap game. I don't know exactly how people know people that put them on, or they get discovered by A&R, whatever. However that happens, do you think that Jay-Z was, he wasn't grassroots, just came up in the game and just happened to, they called themselves Rockefeller and all that? You believe all that was by design?
Of course it was. The Rockefellers are responsible for the World Trade Centers. What day did Jay-Z put out the blueprint?
He put out the blueprint, it was 2001?
On September 11th, the day the World Trade Centers came down, the project that was presented by the Rockefeller family.
Is that right?
Yeah, and again, I think you're new around here. Before Diddy went down, I said Diddy and Jay-Z might both go down at age 54, and Diddy did go down at age 54, and then the rumors started while Jay-Z was 54, and like as soon as he turned 55, then the big allegations came out against him. But again, a lot of people never heard of Jay-Z And people get mad at me. They say, not New York, everybody knew. Again, not everybody's in New York. A lot of people never heard of Jay-Z until Diddy put out his album, No Way Out. And think about the title of that album, too. No Way Out. It's like, once you do the deal, there's no way out. But a lot of people never heard Jay-Z until that album came out, which came out shortly after Biggie died in 97. And what's the song they have on there? Young G's, like, you know, masonry. Jay-Z's a mason. I don't know if Diddy is. A lot of people in show business are, but Young G's. And yeah, just again, Jay-Z, you know, he came out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that really kind of changes my perspective on a lot of stuff. Even thinking about Death Row Records, what do you think about that? These names that these people come up with, stuff like that. You know?
Well, Snoop took over Death Row, and then his mom died right before he performed in the Super Bowl. So think about that. And his mom died 112 days before he performed at the Super Bowl. And Snoop Dogg and Super Bowl both equal 112. And then he put out the album. What was the name of the album he put out? Murder Music. Murder Music.
That is really interesting what you do, Zach. It really is. One last thing I wanted to ask you, going over to the athletics, man. Now, I know one guy who wasn't really a big guy, but he made it to the NBA. He was a low-level guy, ended up getting cut. And I know two different people that made it to the NFL. Now, one of the guys that went to the NFL, he ended up playing for the Patriots, and he won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. I forget which year it was, but this guy ended up catching a case, man, and he's in prison now. Anyway, if I was to talk to this dude, now I've seen this cat in high school, man. This cat was balling. Now, he was balling in college. Now, if I was to ask this dude, I'm like, look, man, you know, what's the NFL like? Or is there some secrets where you're given a script, or do you know, have I ever seen anything like that? That dude's going to look at me like I'm crazy, and he's going to tell me that we're really out there trying to win. You know what I mean? And he's, you know, what would you say to something like that? This dude won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Well, again, I mean, are these guys sworn to secrecy? Do they sign NDAs? Does everybody on the field know what's up? I don't think everybody on the field is in on it. I mean, you don't need everybody. You need the coaches, the refs, quarterback, maybe a key guy on the defensive side of the ball. You don't need everybody to be in on it. That said, a lot of times when I watch the NFL, it's hard for me to imagine that almost I've just seen so many things happen in the NFL. I was like, okay, everybody on that play had to be on it. Are you kidding me? But again, these guys get paid a lot of money. These guys get paid a lot of money. And in a lot of contracts these days, you do sign NDAs. And if you talk about things, not only do you have to pay money back, but you like give up all your retirement and your pension. So there's all kinds of ways to explain why these guys keep their mouths shut.
So a guy makes it to the league, and he's all hyped. He's like, yes, this is my dream come true. I'm finally here, and, you know, I hit the jackpot. And then somewhere along the line, he's approached by some people that come to him and they say, listen, this is what it really is. And we're going to need you to sign this, and we're going to tell you how to proceed from here. And these guys, they say, damn, they just say, okay, cool. You know, I'm with it. You think that's how it goes?
I think it very well could go that way. These guys are paid a lot of money. It's just like the guy who came in second place in the Masters today. Look at how many millions he's made his life, and all he does is play golf. You know what I mean? Guys are worth tens of millions of dollars, some of them hundreds of millions of dollars, and they just play sports for a living. So,
but that was kind of stupid me saying that. Of course, you're going to be with it. You're not going to turn that money down. But I'm saying they say, okay, you know, fuck it. It's fake. If it's some WWE shit, I'm with it. You know, nobody's going to turn that money down. But
why wouldn't you think it was WWE? I mean, these guys literally lift the WrestleMania belts when they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they.
No, and year after year they sync it up. Year after year they sync it up with WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Which one did Philadelphia just host? Philadelphia just hosted one of the two events.
I can't recall. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, if you look, Philadelphia hosted one of the major wrestling events before they just won the Super Bowl.
Hey man, this stuff you're talking about makes a lot of sense. Before I hop off, man, what you do make me think. What you're saying makes me. I thought about something the other day. There was a movie with Bruce Willis. I forgot the name of the movie, man, but he was a young guy, and he made some kind of deal when he was young, and it was set kind of in the future. And then I guess he wasn't really thinking about what was going to happen, or he was like, I'm young, fuck it, that's going to be some time off. And then fast forward in the movie, he's like old, and he's now Bruce Willis, like that we see today. And then these cats, man, they look like they're wearing these crazy looking hats, man. They look like they're part of some secret society wearing all black. They bust in the house, man, while he was with his broad. You know what I mean? And they came to collect. I forgot the name of that movie. Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that movie, no. But it just reminds me of another thing that was recently put out on Netflix, The Fall of the House of Usher. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, a guy sells his soul to the devil. Him and his sister both sell their soul, and the deal is that they'll become super rich and super powerful. But before they die, they have to watch all their children die first. And the sister decides to never have children, but the man has several children, and all of his children are just dying in all these crazy ways. And the authorities think he must have something to do with the death of all of his children, the way they're falling off. But again, it's because he made the deal with the devil. So.
Hey man, I'm locked in, Zach. Man, I'm gonna keep following you, man, and keep paying attention to everything. I'm learning a lot from you, man. But I'll go ahead and step down.
All right, you have a good night. Take care. Yeah, I can't answer all the questions. That wasn't the way the phone call's supposed to be done. I ended up just putting the phone up to the mic. It's supposed to go through the same audio feeder that I'm using. So I need to troubleshoot that problem. And I need to figure out why the music was choppy at the beginning. What's up, 917?
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a show on, I don't know if it's on Netflix or I forget, there's a show called Dope Thief. And in the last episode, they use Gematria. It's like 15 minutes into the episode.
It's called Dope Fiends?
Yeah, Dope Thief on Netflix. I mean, I don't know if it's on Netflix or Peacock or one of them streaming services, but in the last episode, I think it was the 5th episode, like 15 minutes into the show, he's speaking to his connect, and he's talking to him in code. He's feeding him numbers, and then he translates the numbers into letters. And
okay.
That's called Gematria. And,
I forget what, it's one of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, but they're trying to crack the master guy's password, and then finally they get the son to tell him, and he explains that it's just the letter sequence and the letters turned into numbers. So yeah, I mean, you pay attention. This stuff's all over Hollywood if you pay attention.
Yeah, this was like, I think this was filmed during the Cooties, and they're just now releasing this. But anyway, I just wanted to say, keep your eye out for anybody who sees that. They're gonna be like, oh snap, look at Gematria being used right there. I like the name. Count on it, Jack. I like it. I think you're gonna have more success, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start a new channel though, because they've killed the channels I have, and then we'll see what happens with the new channel. They might just kill that too, but you only know if you try. So we'll see.
Whatever you do, I'm supporting.
All right, man.
Support anything you do, Jack.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're making history over here. 6 of the last 7 Masters. I'm streaming on 2 channels, and we don't have 200 people in the room. This is embarrassing. When I first started live streaming was in 2018. We had at least 2,000 people in every live stream. And that was just on 1 channel. We didn't have to put it on 2 channels. What's up, 407?
Yeah, what's up, Zach? I forgot to ask you one thing. You have a new Twitter now, right?
Yeah, but I don't really use it that much because I don't even really want to be on there. And technically, I'm not supposed to be on there because that's why I'm not verifying it. Because when I got banned on Twitter, when they deleted my account on the 27th, in the email it said that I'm not allowed to create a new Twitter, and I'm pretty sure if I verify that account, that profile will get deleted. So.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure if you wanted to promote it. I just found it today.
No, I don't want to promote it because I'm pretty sure it'll just get deleted. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
I see.
Yeah, that was a bummer that I got deleted on Twitter. You know, the little puppet Elon, 1 week after calling out his salute, I got deleted. And what sucked is I paid for the live streaming service. I paid for a whole year in advance, and I was only 2 months into the payment. I still had 10 months to go on the payment, and I didn't get a refund. But yeah, I was actually getting good viewers in the live stream there. A lot of the live streams had over 2,000 people. The best live stream on there had nearly 10,000 people watching in one of the streams I did. It was related to the NFL playoffs. I think it was the one once the conference championships were set. So I was feeling like the good old days at YouTube, but then next thing you know, you're deleted. And I got deleted the week before the game, January 27th. Super Bowl was what, February 8th? Wait, it was the 40th day of the year. It must have been February 9th. 40 points on the 40th day of the year for tribute to 40 acres and a mule in Super Bowl 59, when slave equals 59. And if you write out the phrase, look at this. If you write out the phrase 40 acres and a mule, it equals 105, like the 105th season. Total tribute to slavery. The first two Super Bowls. The first two Super Bowls with black quarterbacks are both Hurts and Mahomes. And the first one was on Lincoln's birthday, Super Bowl 57, Lincoln who freed the slaves. And then the second one was Super Bowl 59, the big slave number. And don't forget how they did O.J. Simpson dirty in the slave ritual, dead at 76, 59 days after the last Super Bowl. Again, Ephesians 6, verses 5 through 9, slaves obey your masters. Week 6 was all about O.J. Simpson. He died on April 10th. Hey, let's not forget they announced O.J.'s death last year as the Masters was teeing off, and they showed him the last time anybody saw him, the day of the last Super Bowl when he was golfing. They had him in his Titleist hat. And don't forget, they announced his death the day after he supposedly died. They announced his death on the 11th day of the 4th month, which was the 102nd day of the leap year. Titleist, 114 and 102. Slavery's also got that 102 and 42. And the last time anyone saw Orenthal, OJ, was on the 42nd day of the year golfing. But again, if you go to week 6 of the NFL season, home teams went 4-10, like he died on 4/10. And the week began with his 49ers winning, getting their 666th franchise win. And the week ended with his Bills winning. Those are the two teams OJ played for, the Bills and the 49ers. And yeah, the Bills held a record of 7-6 versus the 49ers at the time of his death at age 76. And San Francisco is also 76. And if you're watching the Yankees-Giants series, you know, in game 1, the Yankees fell to 7-6 versus San Francisco. Today, the Giants became 11-4 for the year, beating the Yankees. San Francisco Giants 1-4. Again, you learn these numbers, you see through the rigging. Doesn't matter if you're talking about MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL. Same stuff day after day. I mean, look at the Eagles' playoff run. They in 3 of the 4 games they played in the playoffs, 22 points was in the final score. Not to mention the Chiefs got their 22nd all-time postseason loss, losing with 22 points. I mean, nothing but scripts. And again, for all the haters out there, we had Chiefs to win the Super Bowl preseason. I told my entire community they needed to hedge with the Eagles because we knew that 22 was a real threat. Again, when we miss, we're not far off. And we have way more future wins than losses. And that's why there shouldn't be any haters. When you're hitting futures, you're hitting great odds. More of my future calls by a good margin have been correct than not correct. If you went 1 for 5 on future calls, if your percentage was 20%, you'd be making money. We've been way above 50% on futures across all sports, college and pro. Shouldn't be any haters out there. Should be a lot of people taking notes. And again, for all you guys who are haters, look at all the people who have taken notes and launched their own businesses. A lot of people have changed their life just emulating what I do. A lot of people are signed up and they're entrepreneurs. They just wait for me to put out my information in the morning for $5. They do more research and put it out on their Patreon for $100. And I don't care. I mean, go ahead. If you can find a customer that wants to pay you $100, more power to you. So, yeah, the Dodgers last year win their 8th World Series in their 24th attempt, win the series 4-1. I mean, could it be any more obvious that the tributes to Kobe? They become 120 and 116 in the postseason since moving to LA when they've now won the 120th and 116th World Series since Kobe died. All right. I'll drop the link one more time for anybody else who wants to join. When I'm typing, is that can you guys hear me typing here? Let me just type right now. Can you guys hear me typing in the background? Is that coming through in the audio? I'm trying to figure out everything for this podcast. I want it to sound extra clean, and I'd rather not hear the typing in the background. You can't hear the typing. Okay, that's good. On my headphones, it sounds loud in my headphones for some reason. All right, so far the errors are the Bluetooth phone call's not working, which is supposed to work. But when I was holding the phone up to the mic and you guys were listening to the callers, how did that audio? I don't really want to do it that way, but how did that sound if I ever have to go to that? We had 2 people call in and they were on the phone and I was just holding the phone up to the mic. It sounded all right that way. Okay, that'll be the poor man's way to do it if I can't troubleshoot the problem, but it's supposed to just take the call directly. And for the life of me, I don't know why the music would have been choppy at the beginning. I couldn't hear that in my headphones, but obviously something's up with that. Let me see something real quick. Hold on, I'm going to try one more thing with the music at the beginning. I'm going to try it with the phone plugged in and not through the Bluetooth. I was running the music off the phone. Hold on. Can you guys hear music right now? Because actually, I can't even hear any of my headphones doing it this way. Seems to have made it just completely silent. Hmm. Huh, that's interesting. So it was on Bluetooth at first when you guys said it was choppy, and now I have it directly plugged in. I was thinking maybe that would solve the problem, but I can't even hear anything. What's up with that? All right. Yeah, you know how it is when you get new technology. You got to troubleshoot everything, and then once you know what you're doing, then it works. Okay, some more homework to do. Okay, that's all right. I'll figure it out later. For people who made the music for the podcast that I tried out last year that was short-lived because it got no reception, the new podcast name is going to be Count on It. If anybody out there wants to make some intro music for Count on It, I'm happy to promote wherever you do your music thing. And it'll be good recognition every time I do the show, too. I can give you a shout out every time I do the show. Remember to go hit up this person on this spot for that amazing intro. All right, I'm dropping the link one more time. If we don't have anybody else who wants to contribute, we can call it a show. If you guys got here late, this is one of the easiest Masters ever to call. Again, 89th Masters. Rory, 35 years old, born in 1989, going for the career Grand Slam. Couldn't get a more perfect narrative. They had him paired up with DeChambeau today for the last day. DeChambeau with caddy number 89, just putting it in your face. 89's the 11th Fibonacci. 11's the master number. Rory hadn't won a Masters for 11 years. Somebody also said his scorecard name went with today's date, too. And you know what? Normally, I have that in my notes. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Today's the 103rd day of the year, and that's how they would write it on the golf course. The first initial with the last name. And we know that that's important. We've used that information a lot in the past. I used to decode back in the day, I used to do every PGA event. Now I pretty much just do the Masters. Hey, that's been working out. But the scorecard name definitely matters. So R. McIlroy, he wins it on the 103rd day of the year. And it's just like the big nose in the U.S. today, Shapiro. A 38-year-old tried to burn down Shapiro's house. And by the way, they're calling it an arson, and it's 68 days from Shapiro's birthday, and arson's 68, and fire's 38. The 38-year-old tries to burn down Shapiro's house. Oh, hold on. I'm doing a gematria decode on the wrong damn screen. Let me do that again, you guys. If you guys missed the Shapiro story, a 38-year-old tried to burn his house. Arson 68 days from his birthday. Shapiro 103. R. McIlroy, his scorecard name 103, wins the Masters on the 103rd day of the year. Tell you who else likes that 103. Same people doing all the scripting. All right. Yeah, exactly. That's why we're going with the Count on It podcast. You can literally count on it in all kinds of ways, right? You can literally count up the riddle for the scripted news, for the rig sports. It's pretty much you decode the day, you see it was the same numbers in the sports games that it was in the news, just like I'm showing you with Shapiro and McIlroy. Same stuff day after day. And hold on, we got a Jordan that wants to hop on. What's up, Jordan?
Hey, how's it going?
Going all right?
I heard you were talking about maybe doing some intro music for the podcast.
Yep.
I do make beats, but I guess they're kind of more like trap, I guess you would call it. Is that what you're interested in, or you want something more like a Sports Center kind of sound or whatever?
I don't want it to sound like Sports Center.
No, I like the Sports Center theme, but whatever.
You know, I gotta be honest. I know that trap is this genre of rap music, but I don't even really understand what trap music is, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
Post-century hip hop scene. It just as long as it sounds good. Most of the entries last year were hip hop related.
All right. Where do you go to enter?
Well, just if you make anything, just email it to me. Just send it to GematriaEffectNews@gmail.com. Just say, hey, here would be some good intro music for you.
I thought your emails were like clogged up and stuff, but all right. What about, I'm not suggesting that you do tennis, like you should decode tennis, but if you're interested, like I have been.
I used to do tennis. I mean, we've done a lot with tennis in the years too. I used to do a lot more.
Medvedev and that 35 always comes through recently.
Yeah, and it's like I know my favorite guy who I call Mr. 53. I'm pretty sure the U.S. Open the championship. I'm pretty sure it falls on the 53rd day of his age. So,
who's that? Djokovic?
Yeah, the guy whose name equals 53.
He's looking for the 25th. I don't know. I don't have any thoughts for the upcoming Roland Garros in Wimbledon, but yeah, I have been doing all right in tennis. I'm just taking a break this week because, like, when there's multiple tournaments, it's kind of a pain to do. But if you're interested, I could send you like daily, and then you can put it on like the same page for the Patreon.
Oh, just your tennis decoding?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you're welcome to share that anytime during a stream. Absolutely.
All right. Well, good work here. That was a good catch with Rory. It was a roller coaster, right? But he got it done.
They're calling it the Rory coaster.
That's funny.
Yeah. Look at that. Maybe there's something to that. The Rory coaster.
Let me put it in here. Rory. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
68 like golf. 68 like golf.
You really like memorize like so much different words and stuff. And the like I know like I mean the MLB team's on the big four sports, but it's tough.
Well, I've been here every day for almost 12 years, man. All right, somebody else said they'll do a music intro too. Yeah, anybody interested in doing a music intro? It's gonna be called Count on It, and you know what my work's about. So if you want to put some words to it, I'm sure you can come up with something that would make sense.
Playoffs are coming up.
Yeah, we're about to start doing the NBA and NHL playoffs. Yeah. Indeed.
You know you're aware that you should look at the series records. Like for example, The Milwaukee Bucks, I believe they're 34-26 in playoff series all time, according to Wikipedia. But they lost first round last year to Indiana, and they're facing Indiana again. And Indiana and Pacers equals those two numbers.
Yeah, Indiana's 34 and Pacers is 26. Yeah, how perfect.
Exactly. It's a good might be useful.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
If Wikipedia is right, that is. I think they're right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Again, good work. I'm done here.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
But
all right, take care. Here, I'm gonna see if playing somebody else's YouTube video. If that audio comes through, let's just do. If I wanted to play a YouTube video of somebody's, how does that work out? I got this video in my feed from Crank Lucas. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and the algorithms killed Crank Lucas too. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Let me know if this works. Crank Lucas. No audio? Let me see. Why is that? I heard
my videos is the real culprit here.
Now can you hear
Let's
it?
take my video of Busta Rhymes was an auctioneer, for example, right? 30 million views on Instagram. I would love for that video to have 30 million views on YouTube. YouTube's algorithm has changed. So when I first started making content, and even years before that, the way that the algorithm worked on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, just social media in general was, if somebody follows you, you would show up in their feed. No matter what it was, if you follow me and I post something, it would show up, right? It was about your followers. And now we're going through something called the death of the follower. I think it was Gary Vee who said it used to be called social media because it was about your social network and who you interact with socially. And it's no longer about that. Now it's about that individual piece of content. So it don't matter how many followers somebody got. They can have 1 million followers. If they're not putting out quality content, those millions of followers are not going to see that content. Even if they are putting out quality content, it's so much other content out here. And the way that the algorithm is designed now is for a personalized experience. So let's say, for example, you're a fan of Crank Lucas. You subscribe to my channel. You want to see my videos. You watch my videos.
You guys in the chat, do you know who Crank Lucas is? You guys watch this guy's channel, Crank Lucas? Look at this guy. If you guys don't know this guy's channel, he's hilarious. Hold on. It's a shame, man. He used to get huge views, and now he puts out videos. He's got like, man, it's worse than my channel. Doesn't even make sense. He's got almost 1 million subs. He's got like 30 people in this live stream. He's got his videos he puts out get like 1,000 views now. It's like, what did they do to him? I think the record studio is like, we got to shut this guy down. He's making all of our artists look horrible. Where's Crank Lucas? Have you guys watched this guy, man? He's hilarious.
Step up your routine with
After
a
this
scrub
ad,
that
hold on.
exfoliates, cleanses, and nourishes all in one.
Yeah, baby, what do you need? Got a Honda that needs time for the Jeep. Maybe a Tesla, you know it's unique, or a brand new Audi because of the sleep. Even got the new AMG last week, fully equipped. It's got a bathroom in the seats. The Toyota's reliable to a T. Come trading Avalon for 23. Or maybe you really want to pick up truck. Get an F-150, still work tough. Got a brand new Civic, sporty and fun. Or the wide body scat pack 40 enough. Yo, any car we be keeping you moving. Passing out to the ship, look, you know what you're doing. Don't blame me when you buy a car from a lane. You want a whip, you can put it in any name. You want to trade whips? Give me some cars. You want a new vehicle? Give me some cars. Your team, where the wheels at? Give me some cars. Know the people need that. Give me some cars. Even though we say the money, you give me some cars. With the rides and the great deals. Give me some cars. Flip more automotive. Give me some cars. If you want to let me use it, give me some cars. Smash on the gas, give me the cash. Do on the dash, you can test drive, be the light in the flash. Do what you want once you turn in the corner. Flip mode automotive with the credit reporter. Yo, it doesn't matter if your score is low. When it comes to the credit, you got nothing to know. We got finance and for all of the scores. We just want to see you whipping in brand new doors. Subaru, Mitsubishi, no, Isuzu. So get an Acura MBX, it's cool blue. you. No APR with no money down on some select models. You can say cha-ching and flip more. Automotive cars can rest you, bless you. Leave with a Benz or Rolex shoes. Top ride, you're ready to drop your dream. My team got you covered in this everything. You want to trade whips? Give me some cars. You want a new vehicle? Give me some cars. Your team, where the wheels at? Give me some cars. Other people need that. Give me some cars. Even though we say the money, you can give me some cars. With the rats and the great deals. Give me some cars. Flip more automotive. Give me some cars. If you want to let me use that, give me some cars.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification.
Yeah, that's Crank Lucas, man. He can emulate anybody. He's super talented and used to have an amazing channel, and somehow, some way, the algorithm just murdered his channel. He's getting like average 1,000 views a video. Might sound like yours truly, but he has a way bigger channel than mine. So it's like, and I don't understand why they're doing it to him. I don't understand it. What's up, King Richard?
What's up, Zach? How's your night going, man?
Oh, hold on. I bet I gotta switch the audio back, or you're gonna be echoing.
All right, for sure.
Go ahead.
All right. Test. We good?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, man. Hey, I seen that that former football player. The death came 170 days, a span of 170 days from the current head coach's birthday, man. Sacrifice 170.
Yeah. You know that's not an accident.
Nah, and I'm tired of all these retards, man, on Twitter. Just getting into it with them because I put a decode out on my Twitter, and I got retards going on there being like, "No, man, he died of suicide, man. You don't understand, bro." Just stupid shit like that, man.
Isn't it annoying? Isn't it annoying that all these people that just read or just watch the TV and this? What are you talking about? Didn't you watch the TV?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like read the article, man. He died of suicide, man. He had problems. Like, look, I'm gonna mention something, and you probably overlooked it because I looked at your post and you didn't really mention it. But look it up, man. He got arrested on the Pope's birthday, supposedly for running over a 78-year-old, killing a 78-year-old in a car crash. You think that's an accident?
No.
Nope. It's not. And then literally, I mean, think about it. The LSU Tigers have the same colors as the Lakers. And when you think about 24, who do you think about? Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
But yeah, I just figured I'd add that in there, man. But yeah. And then his name equals 42. And then he gets killed by the 42 code. Man, on the 102nd day of the year.
Yep.
It's a joke, man. It's a joke. I'm tired. I'm literally tired of fucking retards, man. I'm sorry. I just had to come here and vent, but you know,
trust me, I get it. It is annoying. It's like how many times I've the same lesson and get the same kind of reactions.
Yeah, dude. Like,
bro.
Yeah,
bro. I watch TV, man. Self-deletion, bro. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. And like, dude, I've been here for 5 years, like literally putting out the same information you put out there, and I get the same nonsensical response. Just dumb retards, man. Dumb retards. Bra this, bra that. You know, that's like the only thing they can say is bra. You know, did you watch the news, bra? They said he killed himself, bra. But
he was about to go down for murder. He's about to go down for murder.
Yeah. Yep.
The whole thing is a psyop, guaranteed. So.
Yeah, it's just like the Carmelo Anthony thing, man. Like we were mentioning the last week. Dude, what kind of name? Who the hell names their kid Carmelo Anthony, really? Like,
and they had to do that one on 4 too.
Yeah, on the same day, Carmelo Anthony gets inducted to the Naismith Hall of Fame. And then I found out that was connected to the Super Bowl because the kid grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, not too far from where the Super Bowl was at. And Carmelo Anthony is 40 years old, and that Super Bowl's on the 40th day of the year on 9/2. Carmelo's full name equals 92, like that stabbing was on the 92nd day of the year. Frisco 92. You know, 52 days from Super Bowl 59. I mean, really? I mean, stabbing was 52 for people who don't know. I mean, same old stuff every year. So, yeah, I just get tired of all these retards, man. I do. And just people getting mocked. They're putting this shit right in your face. You know? It's a joke, man. But, yeah, I like the concept you got going on, man. I think it's a cool concept, and I think that, you know, hopefully it brings more viewers to the channel, man. But appreciate it, Zach. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it, man.
All right. You have a good night, King Rich. Take care.
All right, you too.
That's it. All right. And by the way, just I feel bad for Crank Lucas's channel. Look at the way his views used to be. 6.1 million views. And then if you go to his Instagram, those videos got like 30 million views. So he got even more videos. And I'd say well deserved because the guy's funny. But yeah, I mean, you look at his channel now. I mean, it's like what they do. 1.1K views. Well, why I stopped making videos got 14K, and then the videos about how I didn't stop making videos. You guys just don't get any of my videos anymore. He says all he gets now is comments of why aren't you making any new videos? Isn't it annoying that people don't even know how to click on a channel and watch a video? All they watch is what shows up in their feed, and that goes for almost all my subs too. Because where am I at? I'm getting like 1K views a video, and it just goes to show that how inept society is. If it's not showing to you in your feed for you to click on, you don't watch the video. You don't have the ability to go click on the channel that you like and see if there's any new content there. If it's not in your feed, you're not watching it. And you see that's generally true for almost everybody. But yeah, I mean, look at his views. 2.9. Some got almost to 10. But this is a guy who got millions of views years ago when he put out content. So, and yeah. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy, man. But yeah, it's too bad. The Michael Jackson video got 30-some thousand. But still, that's nothing. This is a guy who used to get millions of views. So 886 views. Come on. Yeah, if you never watched this guy's channel, I'm telling you, you'll be laughing your ass off. He's a funny guy. He's got some really good skits. All right. Yeah, I think we can leave it there. Oh, hold on. We got Jay. We got Jay in the building. We gotta get Jay with open eyes. What's up, Jay?
No, I was gonna laugh about the Carmelo Anthony situation. Like, this shit so retarded, man. On the same day that Carmelo Anthony is indicted, gets the notification that he's in the Hall of Fame, and that shit is big news. Like, it's people ain't never waking up, bro. Like, like the masses, like it's like keep being like obvious. This is obvious, like fucking with you, like, and people still don't get it. Sports fans that heard about this news story still can't put it together. Like, oh shit, Carmelo Anthony. It's like, how many times they got to keep doing this shit to us? The Black Hawk being #1 trending on Netflix at the same time that a Black Hawk gets fucking goes down in the news. I mean, it's the same shit every time. Like, it's the same shit every time.
And now another young football player dead on the 102nd day of the year whose name equals 42.
Yeah, he committed suicide supposedly.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a true story. Or it reminds me of the story about I think it was a football player, the guy that supposedly allegedly went crazy and killed his whole family. Yeah, I'm sure that was him. And then killed himself in the end. It really is fucked up that nothing's being done about this shit. But it's just like at this point, it's like I started doing at this point is just laughing at this shit. Like, I've actually been real busy lately because I started working again, so I haven't been able to, be on here and shit like that. But yeah, I heard about that fucking Carmelo Anthony situation. It's just more bullshit to get people riled up. Motherfuckers always trying to make this shit a race thing. Oh, every time it's a black person and a white person, you always get these white racist pieces of fucking shit on the fucking Republican side. Always trying to be like, yeah, this is what black people do, man. Black people, they resort to violence, man. They just what they do, man. Just can't resort to violence. I mean, it's always I just always get to seeing a bunch of racist, retarded, racist shit on the fucking internet. Every time a story like this blows up, one is just a fucking psyop, but all it does is just cause a whole bunch of racial division and a whole bunch of race war nonsense and bullshit. And it's just always get to seeing these racists get up on here and just always use any incident where a black person is involved and got violent, or supposedly, even though again I'm sure this story is fucking bullshit. Because I mean, come on, who the fuck names they kid Carmelo Anthony? Like, nigga, I could go to my fucking job right now, anybody that I went to fuck, bro, and ask them, hey, you know somebody that named Carmelo Anthony that you ever went to school for? That you ever went to school with? Anybody.
Exactly.
The first name and last name.
Right.
Like, what the stuff? Like, what? It's like,
was the NBA
like, come on, man.
on the day
On the
that
same day that he's inducted, that the basketball player is inducted into all, it's like these people can't put shit together.
Well, the other
And
thing
it just always
is
slow
I
IQ.
pointed out how Carmelo played at Syracuse, and the big number there with their star athletes is 44. And
Yeah,
then
44.
happens because Carmelo got inducted 44 weeks after his birthday, the day of the killing.
Yeah.
2 days later, a big Syracuse athlete dies on 4-4.
Yeah, that too. I saw that too. I'm like, what? Like, man, these people, man, like this shit right here, man. This shit, it's just, it just always. I have to get away from shit like this because it just always bothers me how nobody it's not even the fact that people can't see. It's like, well, one, that's obviously part of it, but it's like always like how everybody always like fall right into the obvious bait, right? Every time it's one of these racial stories, it's like, bro, people always falling into the bait, and it's always both sides, both doing the same predictable shit, making the same predictable arguments. People on the left saying the same shit, people on the right saying the same shit. Always just a bunch of racist shit being peddled by people. Like, it's just all these stories do is just perpetuate that same programming in the people. Like, oh, black people thugs, black people this, all black people do is get violent, commit crimes, blah blah blah. Oh, he brought a knife to school. Yeah, violence. Like, all they do, violence. It's just everybody get up on here always want to make this a race thing. Like, it's just, but that's what they anticipate. Just people, everybody just wasting energy over this shit. Just literally. I don't even like speaking on this shit. I just came in here just to rant, but it's like, I feel like when I get mad by seeing people not, being easily manipulated by this shit, I be feeling like I'm letting my energy get drained by this shit. And it's like they really just harvesting motherfuckers' energy away, getting them feeding into this bullshit, feeding into this nonsense, and then people can't even see how they mock you.
It is sad. It is sad, and it is frustrating.
That's all I had to say.
All right, Jay. Glad you're working, man. You have a good night.
You do.
All right, take care. All right, True Seeker. Yeah, I covered this earlier today on my news channel. If you guys aren't for anyone watching on the sports channel, GematriaEffectNews 25 is my main channel, and I put the majority of the content there, and it gets no views there. Yeah, I am planning on starting a new channel to see if I can get views on a new channel, because I've been spinning the wheels for 3 years on this channel and never had this poor reviews ever. But then when I see a guy like Crank Lucas saying he's having the same problem, I feel bad for him, but at the same time I feel better about. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not the only one here who used to get good views and now gets no views. But yeah, if you guys are not familiar with Crank Lucas, let me introduce you to his channel, because the man does have hilarious skits, and sometimes I die laughing. Tears rain from my face. So, yeah, he's got a million skits. He does not deserve to be shadow banned. All right. I think that's all for now, True Seeker. I got some more troubleshooting to do here. Obviously, we had some audio glitches. But yeah, congrats to the winners. Everybody who hit on Rory. Make it 6 out of the last 7 Masters. That's quite a run, man. You ever see anybody call 6 out of 7 golf tournaments? I mean, come on. You think we get some props from this, but I think YouTube would boost us up in the algorithm. I just saw one of their YouTube employees put out a video about how they're trying to boost people that put out great educational material. This is great educational material. Problem is it conflicts with their advertising. They're advertising the Masters. They're advertising the Super Bowl. They're advertising the NBA playoffs and finals. They can't promote the channel that's exposing it's all rigged. And you know what I'm glad though. The one thing I know, there's people out there watching who don't leave comments anymore, because it used to always happen. You can't rig golf. You can't rig golf. It's like, why can't you rig golf? All you have to do is make sure everybody finishes behind the guy who's scripted to finish in first. What? Why would he finish in second if he could get first? Let's look at the guy who finished in second. Let's see how much money he's made on the PGA Tour. Justin Rose, he was already on 11 career wins, the master number. He's going to stay park right there. Oh, he's made a nice nearly $69 million since he joined in 2004. So in 21 years, $69 million. Makes over $3 million a year on average playing golf. I don't know. Let me see if I can figure out. How many people do shitty jobs for a lot less than $3 million a year where they don't really say nothing about nothing, even though they're not real happy about it in the workplace because they got to keep a roof over their head. There's people that don't say shit about shit when they want to say shit, and they make $40,000 a year. I'm talking about a guy that makes over $3 million a year playing golf. Let's see. And it's sad that people have to ask these questions in the first place. Like, I don't know, isn't it self-explanatory here? Rory McIlroy. He's been a pro for 15 years. He's made over $100 million. Somewhere Juan Soto's laughing at these measly numbers. He's like, I make that in a game. And they sacrificed 200 people in a nightclub for me. Yeah, if you guys don't know about that. Juan Soto, he celebrated that contract 121 days before that nightclub came down in the Dominican Republic, his hometown. Of course, the 121st World Series is upcoming. So, anyway. We'll leave it there for now, True Seeker. Thanks to everyone who sent over a tip. Congrats to everybody who hit on the Masters. And we'll be back tomorrow if you're not on the Patreon. Again, the link's in the description of every video. Patreon.com/Zachary K. Hubbard. That's where we do the sports content every single day. And the one other thing is, too, if you just want to read more about this and understand more why they do this and where it comes from and what it's all about, I wrote 2 books about this. You can get them on that Amazon place in physical form, or you can download the ebooks instantly at a fraction of the price. And as long as you save the email, if you ever lose it, you can always re-download it from the email. So, you guys want the ebooks? Website GematriaEffectNews under the ebooks tab. I'm just going to tell you something right now for all the Kentucky. We've done great work with the horse races historically, but I am on a major drought in the horse racing. I have not hit one of the big 3 races since Medina Spirit and the Run for the Roses, and that was a minute ago now. I feel like they switched something up with the horse racing. I'm sure we'll still throw our hat at it this year, but yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm weary of the horse racing. We used to do great. We used to consistently win, but man, Medina Spirit, what year was that? It's been a minute. Hold on. Was Medina? Don't tell me it was 2020. And don't forget how they killed Medina Spirit by the numbers too. It was a big old 201 ritual that they won the race in, and the horse died in a 201 ritual. Was it 2021? And remember, they took away the win, but it didn't matter. We had this horse to win the Kentucky Derby, the Run for the Roses, the old 201 event, and it did. But then later they disqualified it, and then it died. It was I have not hit one of the big 3 races since 2021. So I'm putting that warning out there for the guy who sounds like he's ready to bet his house on the horse racing. Definitely don't. Yeah, I would like to get back on the winning track, but I don't know. I swear to God, they switched something up. Here's something to be aware of. Realize what they keep doing with switching in horses at the last minute and those horses winning. It's like they give you a whole week to bet on all these horses, and then they switch in a new horse at the last minute, and then that horse wins. I feel like it's a major nasty trick that they've done in several of these races in recent years. But yeah, the Kentucky Derby is on the horizon. So, all right, I like your positivity, David. I like your positivity. We have had a lot of good years. This has been a minute, so temper your expectations is what I'm saying. Now the Masters, I can't wait for next year. To be perfectly honest, I feel like we're on an unstoppable roll on the Masters. And the only one we missed is because I hadn't done my homework that year, and I didn't know who Scotty Scheffler was. That was a major oversight. All right, hold on. We have Cam Newton's favorite fan phoning in real quick from the Cam Newton fan club. What's up, Joey?
Yo, I just wanted to add one piece about this Kyron Lacy. He obviously went to LSU. The abbreviation for Louisiana is LA.
Sure.
So I don't know if there's I'll have to look more into it, but there could be a connection with the Lakers. So, and with his name equaling 42, like LeBron James.
Shaq Diesel school. Shaq Diesel went to LSU.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was trying to think of a connection between LSU. That's right. Shaq went to.
Yeah, and if people forgot, I went down to LSU to talk about all the deaths for Joe Burrow's rigged championship over Clemson when he was at LSU, and it was like the day or two before I flew down there, Kobe died, and I was blown away because when I got down to the campus, they had a huge billboard up at the campus for Kobe, and I was like, God, they got that up fast.
And yesterday was the anniversary of the Civil War beginning.
Yeah. Indeed.
Kyron Lacy was born on 59 date numerology.
5942. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have for now, Zach. Thanks for taking my call and good job.
All right, man. All right, take care. Have a good one. I catch this detail about Rory's daughter being 4 years old. That's funny because Georgia's the fourth state. We call Georgia 44 land. Georgia equals 44. It's the fourth state. So Rory's got a 4-year-old daughter as he finally gets over the hump. Getting the grand slam by the numbers. All right, you guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks to everyone who hits the like and the share. Thank you to everyone who supports the Patreon. Shame on you, YouTube, for making sure nobody got my advertisement for the Masters. First, usually I get a bunch of new signups for the Masters, and this year we got no new signups. So definitely chipping into the business, but it's just a reminder that I need to get out and start branching out and using other platforms too, because YouTube, the YouTube's the biggest hater of all. YouTube is the biggest hater of all. All right, guys, have a good night. Congrats to the winners. Till next time.